Hi everyone, it's Chukuma from Mastermind Automobile Solutions. Today we want to talk about 10 things that should be in your car, in the trunk preferably, if you own a car. These are things that you should ensure you have in your car because you will definitely need them at one point or the other, or you may need to help someone with some of these things. Kindly like our video, leave us a comment, subscribe to our channel. Thank you. So the first thing that should be in your car at all times, of course, is your car papers. Your car papers should always be inside your car. This is easy to tell, it's common sense. If you don't want to drive, looking over your shoulder at the law enforcement guys around, the VIO guys, especially in Abuja here, are they going to harass me? Are they asking me for my papers even when they are not up to date? Are my license and all the other things in place? You have to make sure that your car papers, all the car documents are in the car, at least the photocopies, so that you don't run into any trouble and you can drive very confidently. The second thing you need to be inside your car, either inside the car or somewhere convenient that you can pick at any time, is your fire extinguisher. You have to make sure that you have your fire extinguisher in your trunk so that you don't know. We don't pray for any fires, but personally I've had instances where I had to run out with mine and help people that were in distress. Their cars were up in flames and the cars would have gone to something else. The situation would have degenerated if some of us didn't go out with our fire extinguishers to help the situation. So a fire extinguisher, an original one, because trust me, there are so many fakes out there. So you want to make sure you have an original fire extinguisher in your vehicle. The next thing you have to make sure you have in your car, which will help you, you don't even know when you need it because cars are machines. These things can fail at any time, is your tire inflator and tire gauge machine. I have one in my car personally. This is something that will help you. Maybe you run into something, you get a flat. You need to inflate your tire immediately so that you can get going before you can check out what's really wrong with the tire. Imagine you don't have a spare, which you should have anyway, and your tires go down or you're in a hurry. Your tire inflators and the tire gauge can help you get moving again. That brings us to the next thing, a spare tire. You have to ensure, check your car now. Do you have a spare tire? Is your spare tire in good shape? You can be driving along and one of your tires just goes really bad. Just, you can have a tire burst, or you can be driving a car which is not even yours, or a car you think is fine and the tire goes out. What will you do? Your spare tires will come in very handy. So it's very important. Following the spare tire, you need to have your wheel, the tires jack, the jack for the tire and the winders. This will aid you change your tires when you need to change them. So it's important you have this in your car. Ensure this is kept at all times in your car as well. Another important thing that is really good to have in your car are your jumper cables. Especially if you have one of these really newer cars. You don't want to be unplugging batteries, trying to jumpstart your car with, battery or sets of spanners. If there's any error in doing all that, you can run into big trouble. Secondly, if you just parked your car and you let it running while you're jump starting, that is still a crude method. And some of these new model cars, they won't, they won't take it lightly with you for doing that. So it's important that you have a jumper cable. Have them in your car. They are relatively cheap. They used to be dirt cheap before, but they are a bit more pricey, more expensive than they used to be, but they are still really affordable. So ensure you get a set, get one, put in your car. You never know when you need them or when you can help someone with one. The next thing that is important you have in your car is a toolkit. You're not a technician, you don't fix cars, very understandable. But you need a toolkit, maybe a few spanners, maybe a few pliers, maybe depending on how much of a do-it-yourself person you are, you can even have a very small diagnostic tool, even if it's a cheap one. Because sometimes when people call me from far, I say, okay, have you been able to scan the car at all? If you've been able to, can you send me the codes? Then I can help them from far. So if you have, even if it's a small diagnostic machine, it can help you. Again, it can help you help other people. Very important also, but usually neglected, is a flashlight. You never know when your car is going to go bad. You may need to fix something in your car. In the night, you may be stuck somewhere. It's dark and it's night. A flashlight can come in handy. Alternatively, you can use your phone. Hopefully, you're in a relatively safe place. So you can use your phone as light. Maybe check what went wrong, maybe a battery terminal, maybe something minor that you can correct and then keep going. So this is really important as well. Again, we're getting to the end, but these are really important things we still need. You need to have a caution sign in your car. Some people call it your triangle, some people call it your warning sign, caution sign, whatever term it goes by. It's needed for, let's say you have a breakdown, maybe your car is parked by the road here, a major road, not a street like this, a major road. You would need to indicate that your car is faulty and you're fixing it or waiting to get help. Your caution sign will need to come handy. Several times we go for rescues and we see the cars just parked, and then we ask them, why didn't you put out your caution sign? At least it will warn vehicles who are coming that, okay, this car in front is bad, so I need to be cautious of how I drive. So it's important, check and make sure you have your caution sign or triangle or whatever term you choose to know it with. Check, quite cheap to buy too, so ensure you have one and keep in your car. Last but not the least, you need to have a first aid toolkit. We neglect this a lot. I see it in some new cars or some cars that were just shipped in. They keep these first aid kits, but before some time, people get to disregard them. It's important. We don't pray for accidents. We don't pray for fatalities. But again, you can be of help to the other car users, to the other people you share the road with. You can have a toolkit where you have maybe some plasters, some bandages, some TCP or whatever, some medical stuff in your car, in the trunk, just to be of help or in case you have problems, or somebody can use them to rescue you. So these are really important things you should have in your car. Take time, make a checklist of whether you have all these 10 things in your car. Ensure you put them in your car if you don't have them. It will be helping you. It may be helping another person as well. So kindly like our video, subscribe to our channel, leave us a comment. Thank you.